your slash and spread method of, for example, a bodice block, you would trace your bodice block, the front, put some weight on it. I'll do it on paper because it's easier, as we're not adding seam allowance to it. We're preparing this for later. Very important that you mark your bust point. And you can take your block off, you mark your darts back in, center. Always use a pacer. And now we're looking at where you want to place your new dart. So you don't want a dart coming all the way from the shoulder over the bust into the waist. You want your dart more on the side, coming from the side seam to the bust. So you're placing a line, a dart line from the bust point to the side seam. You now need to cut along here and along here and along here. So I'm cutting this out first. You can now cut along this dart line, stopping about 1 millimeter before the bust line, doing the same along here, coming from the shoulder down, stopping a few millimeters before, and you're also cutting the new dart line. We've now cut into the two dart lines here and the new dart line. And take some masking tape, and I'm closing up that lower waist dart. And the upper dart, the shoulder dart. Trying to be as accurate as you can. You obviously can see now there's a little bit of a step along here. You need to even this out. Very important. You need to make sure that we're squaring this off. Yeah, that's all good. That's working really well down here. We now have to fill this in. I'm getting some more paper. Placing some more paper underneath. I'll just do that to a point. You now need to find the center of your dart, so in between this is now your new dart. So we've eliminated this dart and that dart, and we've put all the dart equivalents into here. We're going to find the middle of the dart. marking it to the bust point, and then we're going in by 3 centimeters, so we're shortening the dart by 3 centimeters. So from the bust point, 3 centimeters. So this is our end of the dart, not on the apex. We're now going over to the corner of the table. I need to mark your new dart. And the corner of the table goes onto the end of the dart, and we're folding the dart up over into the garment. We now need to even the side seam up, going like that, and then going with the tracing wheel over your new side seam, and this will indicate how you have to cut your dart. You can now mark the dart line here and here, and then it's ready to be cut out and used for putting seam allowance on it. The pivot technique. You would start marking out with a little mark on the side seam where you would like to have your new dart. So what we're going to do is eliminating these darts by pivoting. So you always start and end where your new dart will be. So you go like that, start tracing around your block up to the shoulder, mark the notch, hold on to your bust point and move the dart to that first mark you just did. Trace around, come to that notch, hold on to your bust point, pivot, trace again, come up and mark the end of the dart. You also need to mark your bust point. I now mark my bust point again on the right angle of my center front. I find the middle of this dart. I'm going to do it this way. And go from my bust point to the middle of the dart. I shorten the dart by 3 centimeters. That's the end of my dart. Go from the end of my dart to the outside, and I have my new dart. Now I can cut this out, and now take the point of the dart to my corner, fold the lower end over onto the upper end, and then I need to make sure doing a straight seam along here, evening it out. Take my tracing wheel and go over the dart, and I have my pointy dart. is now ready to be cut out, and then place it back onto cardboard, and you can use that as your block, your new block with a dart on the side, and then add seam allowance to it.